Okay then, folks. So the left-wing response to what's happening in Afghanistan is your typical daft left-wing response, and it's as naive as you can imagine, and also pretty stupid. These people don't learn, folks. The Luftwaffe scumbags out there, they're very narrow-visioned. They're not open-minded at all, and they refuse to understand things as they are. They just don't understand the Taliban. So just for you to understand the Taliban, they're not a democratically minded lot. That was the whole problem going over there, trying to implement a democratic system and trying to force that quick change on a people that have lived under a tribal warlord system for centuries. It was never going to work, ever. That is why the Afghan president grabbed a shitload of money and buggered off, leaving his people to their doom. That is why the so-called 300,000 Afghan army just melted away without a fight, and that is why dirt poor and poorly armed tribal leaders immediately folded when the Taliban came into their territory. So we're not dealing with people who are democratically minded and like free speech and the rights of others. These people live strictly by what it says in their Quran book. And they live by their Quran quite literally as it tells them. So they interpret it as it is. But there are some bleeding heart left-wing politicians out there who think they are dealing with really nice, friendly, cuddly little people who will do as they say. Now, we all know how the Taliban have treated their women in the past. They have literally no rights and they treat them like cattle. They aren't allowed to do or say anything without being stoned to death or beaten. And they even sell them. And they've lived like that and treated women like this for centuries. So Jacinda Ardern, in all her left-wing, Marxist, fucked up way of thinking, has said, what we want to see is women and girls being able to access work and education. And she noted that these things have been traditionally not been available to them where there have been governance by the Taliban. The Taliban's response is as yet unknown. Like they're going to give a flying fuck what a woman the other side of the world with huge teeth and left-wing tendencies is going to do if they treat women better. I mean, what's she going to do if they don't? Send the New Zealand army in? What are they going to do that the US and the Russians and the British have never been able to do? Or maybe she'll send over some of those fearless Maori tribes she has over there. But thinking about it, what are they going to do? They squealed like babies when Lee Williams made an impression of one of them and told them some home truths. So God knows what the Maori will do if they ever came in contact with the Taliban. And the Taliban won't be making some silly impressions of them like Lee Williams did, nor will they tell them some home truths. How pathetic. Jacinda Ardern should just pipe down, stick to suppressing free speech in her own country and doing whatever China tells her to do. And that's her in a nutshell, folks. Jacinda Ardern. And of course, we've got our stupid left-wing politicians in this country as well. I mean, we've got idiots like Dominic Raab and Rory Stewart who suggest that we should take them all into Great Britain. And even the UK government has confirmed this by saying we'll take as much as we can. And worryingly, we won't even check their passports or proper identity. How fucked up is that? So not only will we take them in, but we'll look after them because they know absolutely nothing about our culture and how many of them actually speak English as well. So we won't be doing them any favours whatsoever. They'll be here, they'll get minimum benefits, they'll get a property, a council house, a council flat. They won't speak the lingo. And because of all that, in all likelihood, they'll never get a job. They'll feel displaced, and before you know it, they'll be begging to go back. And a lot of these people do. Therefore, as Spud here commented in my video the other day, and he's absolutely right, by the way, he said that Afghan refugees living in hotels and council houses, meanwhile Afghan veterans living in boxes under bridges. And that's the goddamn awful truth, folks. Which begs the question, what the hell is the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation doing about this crisis? I'll tell you what, folks, absolutely fuck all. There are 57 Islamic countries in the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation. And some of these countries, if not most of them, are absolutely huge. And they could easily accommodate these people. They have roughly the same language, the same culture, and they won't feel displaced. And there won't be as much pressure on the British NHS and public services. It makes sense to me. Why the hell doesn't it make sense to paid politicians? I don't know. So no doubt Refugees Welcome will be trending on Twitter again. And you'll have the usual wealthy celebrities, middle-class people, and anti-British socialist Marxists demanding that we take these people in. And because these people live in wealthy, gated community hovels, I can guarantee you now, they wouldn't want them living anywhere near them. The hypocrisy of these people makes me fucking sick, ladies and gentlemen. And as for Femi here, remember Femi, the one who bleated on about Brexit and continues to moan about Brexit? That's all he does, folks. The guy is still trying to remain relevant. Anyway, he tweeted this and he said, "Go on, I dare you. Tell me that if you saw the Taliban take over Downing Street, you wouldn't crawl, climb and swim to get to the countries that spent 20 years promising to look after you. Hashtag Afghanistan." Oh, there we go. Hashtag Refugees Welcome. Already doing the rounds. Well, folks, we know what Femi would do. He'd run away. And I know what I'd do. I'd stay and fight the fuckers back. I would personally crawl, climb and swim to make sure I get to the front line and beat these fuckers away from my country. That's what I'd do. And that's the difference between someone like Femi and someone like me. Anyway, that's my video. It's all going to go tits up. I can see it now. In fact, it's already a horror shit show, isn't it? Good old Joe Biden, a fuck up from start to finish. Anyway, that's my video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Also, I've received a shitload of emails from former squaddies who've served in Afghanistan. Very interesting read, folks, and I'm replying to all of you slowly, so bear with me. And if you'd like to support my channel, then you can buy me a beer. I've chosen to use Buy Me a Beer because YouTube and Google have demonetized my channel because they don't like what I say. So I'm giving those hipsters in California the two-finger salute. So there we go. If you like what I say, if you support free speech, if you like what I do, then buy me a beer. Right, that's it. Until my next one, comment, share, subscribe, share my stuff everywhere. The left waffer scum don't like it when you share my stuff. And until my next one, Roger Trout.